My mother said I'd never be like my brother. Until one night 300 strangers learned the truth. My name is Claire Whitmore. I am 42 years old, and 6 months ago my mother looked across a Sunday roast in Virginia and told me, in front of my father and my older brother Ethan, that I would never be the kind of child he was. I had heard versions of that sentence my entire life, but something in me had grown tired of carrying silence like a family heirloom. I set my fork down and said the one thing I had swallowed for 15 years. Then tell Ethan to start paying your bills, because I'm done sending money. My mother stared at me in complete confusion. What money, Claire? She asked. In that moment the room changed. I realized the lie was much older, much deeper, than favoritism. For 5 years I had been wiring money every month to help my parents. My brother, trusted by everyone, had been the only signer on that account. And my mother had never seen a penny. Driving back to Seattle that night, rain sliding over the windshield in silver lines, I did the math at a highway rest stop under buzzing fluorescent lights. $3,000 a month. 60 months. $180,000 gone. By dawn I had stopped thinking like a daughter and started thinking like a CFO. I opened records. Followed transfers. Called compliance. Quietly built a paper trail. And the deeper I dug, the uglier the truth became. The money intended for insulin, repairs, groceries, and security had been funneled into sports betting, crypto losses, tax debts and lies. My golden brother wasn't supporting our parents. He was using them as camouflage. Growing up, Ethan had always been the brilliant son, the future doctor, the pride of every dinner conversation. I was the reliable daughter. The one who worked, solved problems, paid bills, never complained. When I brought home achievements, they were footnotes. When Ethan breathed, it was applause. My mother had worshipped his promise so thoroughly she never noticed the child standing quietly beside it. For years I made peace with being unseen. What I could not make peace with was discovering I had financed my own betrayal. Then came the charity gala. 300 donors. Crystal chandeliers. Black ties. A new cardiac wing carrying our family name. My brother had inserted himself into the event as a supposed matching donor, claiming a $250,000 gift that did not exist. It was fraud dressed in gold foil invitations. I gave him one chance to withdraw his lie. He laughed and said our mother would never believe me. So I let the room believe the documents. When I stepped to the podium that night, my hands were steady. I corrected the false pledge listed under my brother's name, revealed the diverted funds, and stated publicly that an audit had confirmed every number. I did not raise my voice. I simply raised the truth. The silence afterward felt endless. Then applause began. Slow. Uneasy. Real. My brother walked out before dessert. My mother cried in a way I had never seen. My father, who had spent a lifetime avoiding conflict, stood up for me for the first time in my life. Later he told me quietly, "Let her speak." 4 words. That was his apology. The weeks after the gala rearranged everything. My brother lost far more than reputation. Investigations began. His marriage ended. His medical career collapsed under the weight of his own paper trail. But this story was never really about his fall. It was about what truth can rebuild after silence has done its damage. My mother called one Sunday and said, "I wanted a son so much I forgot to see the daughter I had." Some apologies arrived decades late and still matter. Mine did. I created a trust for my parents so no one could ever use them again. My father started calling just to ask about my week. My mother learned how to read bank statements at 70. Small miracles happen quietly. We think healing comes in dramatic moments, but often it comes in ordinary Sunday phone calls where nobody says the favored child's name. It comes when a father says he is proud of you after 40 years of not knowing how. It comes when boundaries stop being punishments and become protection. My brother wrote me a 3-page letter months later. I read one paragraph and folded it away. Some wounds heal without reopening every scar. Forgiveness is not always a dramatic reunion. Sometimes it is simply refusing to keep carrying what someone else broke. What I learned is this: families are not destroyed by truth. They are often saved by it. Silence may look like peace, but silence practiced too long becomes permission. Love without honesty rots. Respect without boundaries becomes surrender. Real loyalty is not helping people hide their wrongs. It is loving them enough to stop the lie. And if there is a lesson in all of this, maybe it is this: honor your parents, but do not enable injustice. Correct wrong gently before it grows into ruin. The strongest people are often the quiet ones carrying burdens no one notices. But even the patient heart must one day stand up, smooth the dress, and walk to the microphone. Ask yourself tonight. In your own family, where has silence become agreement? Where has favoritism wounded love? And what truth, spoken with dignity instead of anger, might begin healing what pride has broken? Because mercy without accountability is weakness, and justice without compassion is hardness. Wisdom holds both. If this story teaches anything, it is that a family can lose its way through pride, but it can find its way back through truth, humility, and repentance. The child who was overlooked does not need revenge to reclaim dignity. Sometimes all she needs is courage, a clear record, and the moment she finally refuses to disappear. And maybe that is the deepest moral of all: do not wait for others to give you your worth. Life so truth defends you, character speaks for you, and when your test comes, answer it with honor. Because the day you stop feeding a lie may be the day your real life begins.